Happy Friday, everybody. It's Chamber Check-in time. And today we have an opportunity to learn about a family-owned business, Express Appliance Outlet. And I have Eric Hill, one of the owners, with us today. Hi, Eric.
Being a family business, I also have to watch.
I'm doing potty.
Okay.
I love it.
I'll be here in just a second.
So, Eric, tell us a little bit about the Express Appliance Outlet. When did it start? Give us some of the origin story, and then we'll dive into a little bit more about you.
Okay. Yeah. So really started with my grandpa. He did refrigeration for the Air Force back in the 50s and 60s. And then when he settled in Boise, Idaho in 1968, he started a refrigeration company, which my dad was a part of. He went to school for a couple years for accounting. That didn't work out, and he ended up turning back to appliances because that's what he knew what to do. And so he started that business in Meridian in about 1999 as Express Appliance. So that's where Express got its start. But I guess we've been in the industry as a family for over 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been around it my whole life. My dad was a service technician on the road. I would occasionally help him out sometimes, going out on house calls. So that's kind of the gist of that. So he did service on the road for about 13, 14 years for Express Appliance. Total for his career at that point, about 25 years of that. And there was an opportunity to take over a company called All Brand Appliance, which was in Boise.
Yep.
They did used appliances and parts. We took over from them in 2010. Yeah, it was 2009, December 31st. So basically 2010. And we've just kind of grown from there. Those first few years, we mostly stuck with the used and parts. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, we started to get into scratch and dent. And then last year, we started new lines as well. So we have Frigidaire, ZLine, some other companies that we carry. So we, started from 5, 6 employees, and now we have about 30 and 4 different locations.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, so where are all those different locations?
Yeah, so we have our Nampa store, we have a Twin Falls store, a Boise store, which is Overland here, our new one. And then we also own another used store called Wes's Appliance, also in Boise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was there for your ribbon cutting for your new huge showroom on Overland and Orchard.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about when you moved in there, and how that's been so impactful for your business.
Yeah, what we ran into a lot of problems with in our old store, sorry about the noise, we just ran out of space. Our original building, we took over the units next to them in that strip mall, but even then, eventually we just ran out of room. Especially with receiving all the new product, we needed a loading dock, and we needed some warehousing space. And so moving to this building, we added on that, but we also nearly quadrupled our sales floor as far as what we can have on the floor for people to buy. So,
well, how many square foot is that space?
Yeah, so the new building is 20,000 square feet.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything included. The old building was about 9. So we've been able to kind of keep most of the production and warehousing the same size, but our sales floor is over 10,000 square feet now. So
that's so awesome. I was so impressed by how you had it all laid out and all the different products. Now, when I was a young homeowner, Eric, a scratch and dent was my jam, right? I didn't care what it looked like as long as it worked.
Yeah.
But now,
well, and that's the thing is, over the last few years, we've really honed in on which suppliers can get us a better product. A lot of the scratch and dent we get in still has the box, full warranty. You wouldn't even know the difference.
Right.
So.
Well, and then you have some new lines as well.
Yeah.
And I have it pulled up on your website. It's called ZLine Kitchen and Bath.
Yeah.
That's a commercial grade quality at a a price that's reasonable. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
Well, and the thing with ZLine, so they're based in Reno, Nevada. So they're fairly local. They source their parts from all around the world, and they assemble a lot of it there in Reno. But what allows you to save money with them and still get the professional quality is through the way they source their parts. Is they do things that work. You have companies like Viking, for instance, that will invest millions of dollars to get the perfect burner on every burner, and so they have their own R&D that they're spending a lot of money towards. Whereas Z-Line, they say a lot of people want the commercial quality, but they don't need it to be something like a Viking or a Blue Star. They want it to look good, and we'll use the parts that are the product that is proven to work, and not spend all this money on R&D that can be unnecessary for most people. And so yeah. Okay, go ahead. Thanks. Sorry.
I love it. Busy.
Yeah. So Z-Line, like you said, they're great quality. They just did a really good job with their sourcing. Like I said, they stick with things that they know work so that they can focus on their design quality versus spending tons and tons of money on things that make it marginally better as far as performance. So still high-end performance, but with a really good professional quality. So
I love it. The products you carry have lots of different brands. Maybe you can help share a little bit about the different brands.
Yeah.
And also, you sell grills and safes and mattresses, and so kind of give us a quick 30,000-foot view of the products that you carry, and maybe highlight some of the different brands.
Yeah, that's a great question. So like I said, we got into a lot of new items with the move to our Hillcrest location on Overland. So with the beds, we once again, we wanted to stick with companies that have good reviews. Being a 4.9 stars on Google's, we want to keep that up with our product as well. So we went with Nectar and Dream Cloud, which are two of the highest rated mattress brands in the industry right now. And then one called M. Lily, which is big in England, but they're also starting to get big here in the US. They were recently endorsed by the International Chiropractors Association.
Oh.
And then one that's more closer to home called Maloof. They're based out of Logan, Utah. A lot of people recognize their pillows, sheet protectors and all that, but they also have some mattresses. So that kind of fills out our mattress line. With grills, we carry Louisiana Grills, pellet grills, Royal King, and then one called Vision Egg.
Okay.
Vision grills, kind of like a green egg, but a lot more features that make them more special. And also a really good price point on those as well.
I saw that.
Yeah. So if you like Kamado green egg cooking, in my opinion, Vision Eggs or Vision Grills is the way to go. So
they look cool too.
Yeah, they do. And then as far as appliances, where obviously that's kind of our calling card right now. We have we already talked about Z-Line. We also are direct with Frigidaire and Frigidaire Gallery. That's kind of one of the brands that a lot of people are familiar with, and they've invested a lot over the last couple of years, nearly $1 billion in their R&D.
Wow.
A lot of their products right now are brand new within the last year, and I can tell you they work really well. And then our other main new brand that we carry is called Beko. For a lot of you might not recognize them. They're kind of like Bosch as far as quality, so more of a premium, but not quite luxury. And Beko is a brand that's been around for nearly 70 years in Europe. A lot of European countries view Beko as kind of like a Whirlpool here in the US, where high quality. Like I said, anyone that comes from Europe, when they see Beko, there's no other option for them. It's that good. So they have a full line of fridges, ranges, and everything else. So we really do well with them, especially their dishwashers.
I saw washers and dryers too. You have a ton of those, and all kinds of different refrigerators of all different kinds of sizes. And
Yeah.
especially if you're buying a home in Boise and there's a home built maybe in the 70s or the 80s,
Yeah.
it's really tough to find the right size appliance to go in the existing space. So what I liked when I walked through your showroom was there was like cabinet refrigerators, there was tall skinny ones, so I really enjoyed the fact that you had all these different styles and types.
Well, and also on that note, ZLine just released their first built-in fridges last week, so we can get those now as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
another cool thing I saw was a laundry steamer.
Oh yeah,
stand-up steamer. That was rad.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. I could show it to everyone right here. Just right here.
I love it. We're taking a tour. Eric's taking us on a tour.
Okay, you can see, get better with the camera here. So here's a line of refrigerators.
Yeah.
We've got all sorts of fridges, probably about 70 options on the floor right now.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of top mounts, trios, 4-door, French door style. Yeah, lots of options. We've got laundry centers, the LG laundry center where it's a front load stack unit, and then these steam closets that he was talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are so cool. And Eric, one of the cool things that you mentioned to me, keep walking around, show us the stuff.
Yeah.
One of the cool things that you mentioned is that you provide maintenance as well, and you service the products that you sell. Some outfits that sell appliances, you have to go somewhere else to have them serviced. So tell us a little and share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So since we started as a service company, we have that capability. About a year and a half ago, we started a 3-year extended warranty that we could do with any appliance, including use or scratch and dent. So that kind of makes us unique. And then obviously on any new appliance, we can do that warranty. And it's our own service techs. So you don't call into some national company and take a month to get out there just for them to condemn it and say there's nothing you can do about it. Whereas we can usually get a technician out there within 2 to 3 days at most. And, part of our warranty structure is we'll replace it if it's deemed unfixable. Any service call that, we get in the house and say that this is what it costs, the customer can put whatever they spent on that service call into a unit here in the store.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
okay.
So yeah.
While you're over there by the ZLine stuff, give us a little sneak peek.
Yeah, so here's this kitchen. I've got
That's gorgeous.
36-inch range here. Here's a 48. They've got all kinds of sizes and colors and finishes.
And do you all install as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Yeah. So everything from retail to installation to service, and then family-owned business.
Yeah.
And I know your daughter probably loves those new mattresses y'all are selling.
Oh, yeah. She'll sing 10 little monkeys jumping on the bed all day if we let her.
That's awesome, Eric. Hey, I'm going to put your website here and phone number on the screen. Anybody has an opportunity to upgrade or has issues with their current appliances, give Eric Hill and his team a call. Walk through their space. It's beautiful. I'm so glad that you were able to find that location and really spread out. I think it makes a huge difference to just see the scope and breadth of products that you carry.
Well, and that's what we are finding. It's nice to have an actual display, because our old store, we just didn't have room for that. A lot of things were just kind of shoved into a dusty old corner.
Yeah.
But we've really done what we can to change our brand image to, this big, huge sales floor. It's clean, bright lights, everything's on display, and we try to have everything on stock. Some of the new we have to order, but that's only a week out at most for a lot of those products. And everything else on the floor, you get it today if you need it.
That's awesome.
On
hey,
top
while
of,
I have you for,
oh, go ahead.
While I have you for another minute, is there anything else that you'd like to educate us on and the listeners today about Express Appliance Outlet?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just kind of going back to the basics, a lot of what we do is, same brands, better prices. We carry just about every major brand through our scratch and dent. You can get it today, and most of those are going to be discounted, 20-25% from what you would get anywhere else. And they come with a full warranty. So, I mean, how can you really get better than that?
No, you can't.
So, yeah, I think that's really all we're here for, is to help people see our brand and recognize the value that we can bring.
That's awesome. Okay, so Eric, 4 locations in Idaho.
Yeah.
Brand new location on Overland and Orchard there in the Orchard Shopping Center. Lots of parking opportunities, and family-owned business, over 50 years. I just think that's awesome. And thank you for the opportunity to let the Chamber help share a little bit about your business. And thank you again, Eric, and your whole family for investing in the Chamber over the many years you've been members. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be on this call. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, good luck with sales this weekend. And Eric, I look forward to our next conversation.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Okay.